Okay. Let's get it.
What the fuck? Dude, screw these people. You shitting me? I just got my new schedule, right? So for this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They just want me to work 10 consecutive days.
Well, sounds like money to me.
What the fuck?
What do you mean, Six Flags? You're gonna have to elaborate more than that. Are you the only one willing to work that shift?
Apparently. So I'm like, well, gee whiz, you guys are going to be in a world of shit when I leave in like 3 weeks.
Six Flags, if there's some kind of scandal concerning the Saints, I haven't heard anything now. But wait a minute, can I not use a weapon because I'm in the village? Yeah. What else can it be? Yeah, okay, there we go. No! God damn it. Okay, Oh, okay, Six Flags. Interesting. I hadn't heard that, no. Oh,
So yeah, Canada in ruins. Hilarious.
yep. You know who else is in ruins, though?
Ooh.
The Dallas Mavericks. They lost by 50 on the day after Luka trade game.
Yeah, And remember, they probably don't have Anthony Davis yet. However, that franchise 1,000,000% is listless because the only fucking guy that they have now is Kyrie. And the thing about Kyrie is that he is like the definition of a hired gun as far as the NBA is concerned now. He just doesn't care. To the point where he was being criticized for not caring enough during the finals loss last season. You think this is going to make him care more? 100,000,000%. The league has to punish somebody over this because this guy Nico Harrison has been involved with the Lakers his entire professional career. He was one of Kobe's trainers for a very long time. He's been with the Lakers up until 2 years ago. Where, okay, now he's the Mavericks general manager, which is fine, but then he did Kevin McHale did the exact same thing for the Celtics. And it was so bad that the league punished the Timberwolves to such an extent that they stopped being relevant for 15 years. Absolutely devastated that franchise in response for what they did. And that's because David Stern had a nutsack and Adam Silver just is not. Adam Silver's like, oh, this will be great for the ratings. It's like, this is going to make the ratings go way down. Yeah, you can sit there and say, well, anything that's good for the Lakers is good for basketball. The Mavericks, Dallas-Fort Worth is the third largest metro center in the United States, behind only LA and New York City. And the Mavericks have routinely been an incredibly profitable franchise as far as the NBA is concerned. They're not as profitable as the Dallas Cowboys, but that goes to show you that the Cowboys could have $1.5 billion in revenue every year. There's a market there. Trading this guy for nothing more than to feed the Lakers and to fuck the franchise in the process makes zero sense. This is going to hurt the league in the long run. This is not a good thing. I can't believe this.
It's not like Luka was stuck in Charlotte.
Yeah, just... So, Nico Harrison having the audacity to try to justify this by saying that it makes the Mavericks more competitive because, oh, well, Luka's not all that good, but with Anthony Davis, we have an all-NBA caliber player who's also all defense, and, blah, blah, blah. It's all like, Anthony Davis is 7 years older than Luka, is more injury-prone than Luka. He hasn't been healthy in the playoffs in any season except for one, and that was the bubble year, which doesn't count.
The Mavericks also had, I think, the second best defense in the league last year with Luka. So it's not like having Luka means you can't have a good defense.
Let me see here.
I don't know if it's like in terms of points per game or maybe pace adjusted, but by analytics, they were an elite defensive team last year.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Mavericks through their history of having Luka on the team, and yeah, usually the problem is it's not Luka. He's been contributing a lot. The Mavericks have spent a number of these seasons as a top 5 defense. Last season, just in their defensive rating, they were 18th in the league, but they were an incredible offense. But the point is that their best defender, was a young guy, and he spent a lot of the time injured. But then in the playoffs, he was incredibly productive to the point where they made the finals on the back of that defense. They didn't need Anthony Davis, and they damn sure didn't need him in exchange for losing Luka. And the only thing that got out of it was Anthony Davis and 1 first-round pick when the Lakers had 2 to give. This is the worst trade in the history of professional sports, and it's not particularly close. The league has to investigate this. Obviously, it's too late to shut this trade down, but the owners should be forced to sell. Nico Harrison should never be allowed to be a GM for any team other than the Lakers ever again. He shouldn't be allowed to work for any franchise other than the Lakers because he just showed that he's going to poison whatever team is paying him so that he can enrich the Lakers. And this isn't even, it's a hell of a gamble, and it's not even going to work out. Or it's not even going to work out for Silver. He's not even going to gets what he wanted here. Because it's not like last year's finals was a completely bullshit matchup. Again, Dallas-Fort Worth is the third largest metro area in the United States. One of the largest in the world. And there's not a whole hell of a lot of difference in terms of marketability between having the Mavericks there, along with a guy who could be the future face of the NBA, against the Boston Celtics. Let's check.
The only trade that I think was worse was Babe Ruth. And
that's yeah. I just looked it up because I wanted to check. The Mavericks have had the best attendance in the league this season, last season when they made the finals. They were the third highest attendance in 2023. In 2022, third highest. 2021, fourth highest. And in the bubble year, second, for before they canceled the games. 2019, third. You have to go back to before Luka was drafted for them to even drop out of the top 5. They're routinely there, and now I'm going to look for revenue. Okay, so last season, these are the teams ranked by revenue for last season. Golden State Warriors came in with the most revenue at $800 million in revenue. Next in second place, $543 million. Lakers in third place, $522 million. Celtics in fourth place, $457 million. And the Mavericks right there in fifth place, $437 million. So if they wanted to boost ratings, why the fuck wouldn't they be rigging trades for the Warriors then? Why the Lakers? Because you could sit there and say, well, he's got LeBron on the blah, blah, blah. This isn't going to do shit. Because the Mavericks are an excellent franchise in terms of generating revenue for the league. The fans are loyal. The fans had high hopes. They show up to games. They buy tickets. They buy merchandise. They buy jerseys. They constantly, they're doing everything that you want out of a franchise. And this is how you repay them. Because you're going to lose almost all of that. In exchange for what? Because the Lakers right now are generating half the fucking revenue of the Warriors. They're not even California's team anymore. So once Curry retires, which is coming soon, and it's going to be a little bit after LeBron retires, which may be at the end of this season, what the hell is even going on here? Not only that, you're not giving Luka any... The Lakers can't give him more money in free agency next year than any team. He's going to get the exact same amount of money if he signs with anyone else. Why would he stay? So that he could play with Bronny? What future does this organization have? If anything, which would truly be hilarious, what if he just re-signed with the Mavericks?
That would be amazing.
That would be the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. But, yeah, could you imagine that? Like, they just give him, like, oh, by the way, we decided to give you a signing bonus. It's not in the contracts because we're not allowed to, but we're just going to hand you this money. It's just a gift. Here's $120 million to make up for the fact we can't give you the Superman. That would be completely hilarious. But, I'm just stunned. Nothing about this makes any sense logically, because even if you want to sit there and say that they're just trying to feed the Lakers because they think that'll be better for ratings and better for the league is losing money. They're the only professional sports league in America that is losing money. And you can't turn back the clock for LeBron to play for another fucking 5 years at an elite level. He's doesn't make any sense. So, I'm still paying attention to basketball, but I know that it's just for the clown show of what's going on here, just to see how this shakes out. But I'm not watching games. I'm not spending any money on this crap anymore at all, ever. And Heat fans are obviously it's a sideshow story to everything else that's going on here. But for those who haven't been paying attention because the Luka news is so huge, just to catch you up on it, the Heat had a trade prepared to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors, and Jimmy poo-pooed it by telling Warriors ownership, if you guys trade for me, I refuse to sign an extension with you, I'll just hit the open market. So they said, if that's the case, we're not going to make this trade because we're not going to give up those assets.
So what does he want exactly?
He specifically wants to go only to Phoenix. And if it's not Phoenix, then he doesn't give a shit. He's not going to go anywhere. Because they offered him what he wanted. They said, we'll sign you to the extension that you want. Plus, you still got the last couple of years of Steph Curry. This might just be the organization that you're looking for to be able to compete right now. If you can bring that playoff Jimmy atmosphere, we can guarantee you we'll get into that play-in. Curry will turn it on, and then, off to the races. We'll see what we can do here. So he got the opportunity to ball out like he wanted. He has a potential to win a championship that he thinks is more realistic than staying with Miami, and they offered him the max contract, and he said no. Because he wants only Phoenix. Keep in mind, the league punished Damian Lillard 2 seasons ago for saying only Miami.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler literally said only Phoenix to the point where he sabotaged the trade. That he got everything that he and his agent said that they wanted. And he sabotaged the trade. And the league's doing nothing.
Does not make a lot of sense.
So right now, if you're a Miami Heat fan, what possible reason do you have to continue to stay invested in the NBA? The league punished you for trying to get Damian Lillard. The league is not punishing you for Jimmy Butler sabotaging every possible way to get him out of there, to not hurt your team, and then you just watch the Mavericks get raped senseless by the Lakers, and nothing is being done.
I promised my mom I'd bring her ashes there.
Even though the Miami Heat are an elite franchise who also contribute a hell of a lot to revenue, they're in the same tier as the Mavericks. Because the Heat are also up there in attendance. They're also up there in revenue generation. They're a little bit below the Mavericks, but that's because, it is Miami. But Dallas is a much larger metro area than Miami is. Miami's a bit of a smaller market, but they're the most elite of the small market teams. They routinely compete at high levels. They've got the best coach in professional sports, in my opinion. And nothing. The Mavericks have every reason to be favored by the league because of how big that market is. And look, they're nothing for them.
Did my parents...
This is unbelievable.
They did. Their goal was to free Kirat from Pagan's regime. Now you have a chance to help us finish the work they started. Just...
He basically announced to everyone who watches basketball, if you're not a Lakers fan and you're not a Celtics fan,
Mom, looks like we're staying.
we don't even want your money. Miami isn't a small market, that's crazy talk. And in terms of the population of other teams, absolutely. In terms of Guy, Florida routinely has multiple teams in every sport. In football, you've also got to compete with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In baseball, you got the Tampa Bay Rays. In basketball, you've got the Orlando Magic. Florida isn't just one unified state rooting for only the Miami area team, and Miami as a metro center has a much smaller population than places like Dallas. I'm gonna check right now.
When does the current NBA CBA expire?
In the off season of 2030.
Okay, so the league might be okay for a little while.
They just signed a new CBA 2 years ago, but that's the thing, is that this is going to create a new lockout because all this shit that's happened that has just turned everything completely on its head has only happened in the last 2 years. And, you know, the Jimmy Butler thing, the Damian Lillard thing, what just happened to the Mavericks. And while the Ben Simmons thing was talked about, it's a much bigger problem now. Between that and load management, which again wasn't part of the last CBA, and they only started addressing it last year. There's a lot of reason for there to be a new lockout. Okay, so I'm looking at that's unbelievable. I'm looking at metropolitan areas in the United States, ranked in order of largeness. So, New York metro area, LA metro area, Chicago metro area, Dallas metro area, Houston metro area, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Phoenix, Boston, Riverside, and San Bernardino, California, which really surprised me, San Francisco, and then Miami.
You can relax. The Golden Path has this area under control. Ah.
Well, yeah, they'd be stupid to cancel the season because, you know, again, they're the only professional sports league that is losing viewers and money. But
Why don't you listen to me? Dude, the concerted and unified and clearly premeditated attempt to make it sound like Trump was the one who bent the knee to Canada and Mexico today is off the chain, man. They are trying so hard to convince as many people as possible.
I didn't even get it. Like, how could it possibly be the case? If both countries just bent over. How could it possibly have been Trump fault? And they're like, well, this was already in effect. It's like, no, it fucking wasn't.
And both of their statements, even if there was something in place, their statements specifically said additional.
Right. You know, and it's like, you really are expecting people to just be stupid, because this is coming on the back of, we also have on footage Justin Trudeau telling the Canadian people the next couple of weeks will be hard. How could that mean anything other than we're going to get fucked, get ready? And then he just folds immediately.
How many bullets can this guy take? Holy shit, that guy was a Terminator. Man, this kind of sucks. Playing Fallout 4, right? Mm-hmm.
And I had to delete my save files because the last time I played, it just wasn't stable anymore. So, I had to delete those save files because I couldn't load them.
Right.
So because of that, you know, naturally I have to start a new game. So I'm like, I don't want to have to actually restart from the very beginning because I hate low-level gear and equipment.
Right.
Because as you level, not only does more interesting stuff drop, but the armor upgrades aesthetically as well. And that's what I wanted, is like the whole point for this. I'm like, you know, the gameplay is always the same. I wanted it to look different. So I used the console command to set my level up to 60, which is the level when, you know, once you reach 60, everything that can drop will drop. And now here's the thing that bothers me, is that there are no drops that are actually with level. I'm still getting level 1 shit.
Oh.
But the enemies are actually scaling with level. So I've got a level 1 fucking pea shooter trying to take on a level 60 enemy, level 60 and resistances. I'm like, oh my god, this is actually awful.
The golden path is letting people leave the valley now that they can see the outpost.
Come on. Getting my skin, mofo. Well, I think it'd be very hard to argue against the fact that athletes have benefited tremendously from being unionized, right, guys? So from their perspective, absolutely.
I'll try to find a YouTube clip of it, but when Kevin Garnett was roasting Jimmy Butler alive, he wasn't just saying that what he's doing is stupid from a business sense. He said, you're potentially fucking over the entire players' union, and you should be ashamed of yourself. So I want to share that because this is, directly relevant, and I think Rye Guy would like watching that because it's relevant.
I'm actually surprised. A couple days ago, I thought Tulsi was dead in the water. There was rumors that as many as 7 Republicans were going to vote no on her, and now it seems like she's in. It's a done deal.
I never had any doubt that she was going to get that because it's just simple politics. They invested everything that they possibly could to get Hagsteth denied, and when they couldn't even do that, it's not like everyone else is getting in. Everyone else is getting in. Anything that looks like a delay is just for posturing, but like this is the whip's job. Because it's the whole point of politics, is that people are going to hold things up and be like, well, I won't vote, and, they'll make those public comments. So then in private, they can approach the whip and say, now, I know you need my vote, and I'm happy to support you, but what am I going to get out of it? And that's when, that's what the system is, unfortunately. But if they got Hegstead through, they're getting everybody through.
I don't even like Tulsi Gabbard that much, but Trump should get to have the cabinet that he wants to have. He won.
Right. I don't care about Tulsi either. I don't have any strong positive opinion towards her. I'm mostly indifferent, leaning towards antagonistic. Because, I inherently don't trust anybody who was a Democrat 5 minutes ago. You just saw which way the wind was blowing and you wanted to continue having a career. And I get it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, she's based. Let's all give Tulsi our support, guys. She's based. No. I see a lot of that as just being simping. Because guys can't fucking help themselves and they just have to fall all over themselves worshipping a woman anytime a woman says anything that is even remotely in line with what they think and feel.
I hope my brother didn't do that. I thought I'd never see you again.
Why?
I would not want to walk in there right now.
What is this,
What are
like
they
a
arguing
bathroom?
about?
Do
Pagan
not
soldiers
go
are
in
about
there.
to attack one of our camps. Immediately,
Woo!
our priority should be the
I mean,
information the
basically.
fighters have gathered. Sabal thinks saving our people is more important.
How long have they been at it?
Long enough. The argument never changes and their positions never move. Look, I
You know, I was watching that Robotnik
You're
clip from the new
Ajay
Sonic
Bradley,
movie where
right?
Jim Carrey's dancing with himself.
Thank you. for helping
And
us.
it got me
Everyone
thinking,
here
like,
appreciates it.
Jim Carrey could still be by
I have one
far
path for
the
rescue
best
and
comedic actor in Hollywood. He could churn
I'm just
out
here
like
to scatter my mother's ashes.
2 low-effort comedies a year that would kill it at the
But
box
now you
office,
see
and he
what
just
Pagan
doesn't
has
want to.
done to this country. You are the son of Mohan Ghale. Like it or not.
And he
Your
just doesn't
duty
want
is
it.
Kirat.
And, like, you look
Your
at the other
choices will carry weight.
high-profile
We
comedic
need
actors
someone
in
to break
Hollywood
the
right
stalemate
now.
between Amita
None of them
and
could
Sabal.
come close to Jim Carrey
Keep that in mind when you're in there.
in terms of pulling box office dollars down.
Okay.
It's almost like he's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of
This is about
comedic
lives.
acting.
We don't act, people will die.
This is about war. We need that intel.
We're talking about soldiers we can use.
Yeah, you just had me laugh in the
This is about
moment. You're like, yeah, I was watching that Robotnik
And if I
clip
have
again.
the choice between Barban and the intelligence, I choose the intel.
That's my favorite, man. That one was incredible.
Like, Jim Carrey might be the greatest comedic actor of all time. He might literally be the Arnold of comedy movie.
It depends on if you like his stuff. There's no doubt that he's good, but there's a lot of competition there because humor is both objective and subjective. You can tell when something is funny,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's a difference between what you find funny and what you don't.
Right.
For me, the best comedic actor of all time, and it's not even particularly close, is Leslie Nielsen.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
For what Jim Carrey does, he's definitely up there, and he does a phenomenal job at doing serious work too. But I view among his style, I view him as second as being, or as being second to Robin Williams,
I could see that too.
because I also enjoy Robin Williams' serious acting more than Jim's.
Yeah, that's probably
Amita,
fair.
Because
get you that intel.
you know, like The Majestic was fantastic, The Truman Show was fantastic.
We've been hearing of a major attack for a while.
But,
Bonneville was hit, but
Robin Williams did a very serious role in a movie with Robert De Niro called Awakenings. Have you ever seen it?
confirm that.
I have not.
But we haven't heard from the camp since the
Robert De Niro plays a patient who's in a care home that's being researched on by neurological doctor Robin Williams. And what's going on is that the patients are in like a persistent catatonic state. Like they're not necessarily vegetables; they're just frozen. Like I don't really understand why, you know, something going on with their brain. But Robin Williams comes up with an extraordinary new treatment plan, and you know, it's just like the people wake up essentially from that catatonic state and they go back to being normal. It's sort of a flowers for Algernon kind of thing where it doesn't last forever. So then, you've got the tragic and dramatic, okay, they're slipping back into their catatonic state. But,
So it's like the Alzheimer's cure from Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
yeah. It got nominated for like a shitload of Oscars when it came out. I really enjoyed that one. Then, of course, Good Will Hunting. Robin Williams was phenomenal in that. 1 Hour Photo was a pretty good one.
You know that movie actually has an Evangelion reference in it, right?
No, because it's been so long since I've watched it that I wouldn't.
Okay, hold on
remember.
1 second here.
Right guy, I found the video clip. Assuming the right guy is still in the chat, I found the video clip I was talking about. I posted in the basketball channel and tagged you. You could watch it also, Joker. But, it's a short, and literally I've already told you what it was. It's an excerpt from the podcast that he does with Paul Pierce where they just talk about Jimmy Butler as potentially fucking over the players union because he's like, your behavior like this is going to lead to non-guaranteed contracts. Because look at it from the owner's perspective. If players can Ben Simmons things, or if they can Damian Lillard things, or if they can Jimmy Butler things, where they decide to just stop showing up because they demand a trade and they're like, I'm only going to get traded as the team that I want. I will sabotage any trade deal you attempt to make to any other team. And if you don't trade me, then I'm just going to stop showing up. Then, yeah, why the fuck wouldn't you have non-guarantees? The fact that you'd have to continue paying the guy is outrageous.
Yeah.
So, basically Jimmy Butler should be like the most hated guy at the very least in basketball. Maybe second to Nico Harrison now. But definitely a huge buddy fucker. Because what else do you call this, man? He's screwing these people. And like KG said, players have been fighting for decades to be able to secure not only the bag, but like stability. Because not everybody is a superstar. Plenty of the guys that go into these sports leagues are guys who, they'll be lucky to stay for a few years, making the minimum. So they fight really hard to make sure that those guys are getting taken care of. Like Charles Barkley especially refuses to be in the NBA 2K games because he says, I'm holding my likeness hostage because what I want 2K to do is contribute to the NBA Retired Players Foundation, where they work to protect guys who had been major league players but weren't very big or serious and didn't make a ton of money, but they're struggling now. Guys like Delonte West.
Do you have a minute?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah. So he's like, if NBA 2K promises to contribute to that foundation, then they can use my likeness and put me in the games. And if they don't, then fuck them. I refuse to give them permission. And it's really weird because it's like 2K comes out every single year and they make a shitload of money every single year. Barkley's not asking for much. Like, it's a couple $100,000. For a company like 2K and with the revenue generation that they have with the game every single year, in the long run, that's peanuts. So it's just offensive that they don't contribute.
I thought for certain I was going to die.
Thank you so
But guys like that have been going for a very long time, fighting to be able to take care of people like that, to get things like guaranteed contracts. And Jimmy Butler's fucking that all up for everybody because he's a giant baby. And it's unbelievable because I'm like, look, if anyone's got an axe to grind, it's Luka Doncic. But he's gonna suit up for the fucking Lakers. If anybody's got an axe to grind, it's Luka, and he's. Oh, how about that? Oh yeah, that's the toy that he got in trouble for giving it to him for free because he's not supposed to do that.
Well, yeah, trying to make money here.
Exactly.
So there have been a lot of reports, I don't know if they're true or not, that Robert Williams was a fan of the series, which is why that scene is in there. It is worth noting that the kid, everything he says is stupid. Maybe.
Yes, because he's a dumb kid.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me at all if that was true about Robin Williams, because he'd fit the bill.
Right.
For being an Evangelion fan, because that's the thing, is that he'd be a fan of Evangelion, but he's not an anime fan. Because if he was an anime fan, that's what people would be talking about, you know? And he's like, oh yeah, one of the ones I like is Evangelion. Well, that's different than being a fan of Evangelion and not liking anime. Somebody like that is just somebody who appreciates the weirdness, and that's like textbook definition of Robin Williams.
Right.
Crap, all these cars are exploding. Go get him, Codsworth.
He has cancer in his ass.
Based.
Yeah.
Right.
I never saw Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but a lot of people love that one.
I have not seen that either, but I read a synopsis. Essentially, it's a romance story, and in a way, it's a really sweet story too. They live in a society where people can just wipe out their memories, and some people do it a lot because, you know, bad things happen to you, so you want to take out the bad memories. So it's a story of a man and a woman who get into a relationship together, but they end up breaking up, so they wipe their memories because they didn't want to remember how, you know, that breakup made them feel because it made them sad. But after wiping out their memories, they end up falling in love again, and then they just repeat this cycle. So it's kind of sweet because it's like they're soulmates, but every time they have a fight, they wipe out their memories, but then they fall in love again because they're soulmates.
I dig it. Like, the amateur film reviewer I used to watch a lot on YouTube, been retired for a while now, he was asked, what do you think about Jim Carrey? And he said, Jim Carrey is unfunny to the point of nausea, but he's a great actor. I always thought was an interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
You are not. Yeah, for one of us. Damn it.
Yeah. The only thing I disagree with KG's take is at the very end he says, even Pat, both sides could have squashed this. And I'm all like, KG, that you're throwing that out there because you're trying to be like, look guys, I'm not simping for the ownership, I'll even take a shot at the general manager. Pat did everything right because the Heat literally did try to keep this quiet. Jimmy's the one who started leaking all this shit out, him and his agent. And because, that was the game that they were playing, is that they were talking to Shams to leak this information out behind the organization's back, and then they would take to Twitter and say that Shams was full of shit. But then it turns out that all of this is correct, and it's all like, they tried to keep this fucking quiet and handle things on their own, but Jimmy didn't even talk to Pat until a month after he started doing this shit. So what the hell in that situation is Pat even supposed to do? Because at that point, the only way to actually try to calm things down and to keep it quiet would be to just bend over like Nico Harrison did for the Lakers.
He's vanished.
How the hell is that the right thing to do?
Ajay, it's Amita. I heard you captured another outpost. It's a good start for the Golden Pass. We could use more initiative like this from our men.
That was insane!
Am I speaking with Ajay Holly?
Who is this?
No time to explain. Meet me at my studio post-haste.
Please, help me. I am a hostage. They're holding my friends hostage. You have to save them.
I'll take care of it.
So many people have vanished from that place. The
Not that I'm watching, so I wouldn't know. I wonder if Charles Barkley and Chuck and I mean, Ernie and Kenny have had anything to say about the whole Jimmy Butler stuff, and I guess now the Lucas stuff. I wonder if they're telling it like it is, or if they're being told not to, you know?
That is a very interesting question that I, too, am now curious about. An 11-minute long video that I have not watched yet, but Inside the NBA almost 2 weeks ago did a whole fucking segment on it.
Okay.
Shaq get fired up over Jimmy Butler's situation.
The man with the golden name.
Yeah, they've been talking about it the whole time since this first came out.
You don't recognize my voice?
Should I?
The voice of Radio Freaky Rod? This is Ravi Ray Rana. You don't recognize that?
Right. Robbie Ray Rana.
Just call me Ravi Ray, man.
Okay, Robbie Ray. What's this about?
I'm watching a short on it right now because I don't want to watch the whole fucking 11 minutes long videos. Charles 3 weeks ago was talking about the situation. He said, "We as players, I don't understand. We've all been fairly compensated throughout our entire career, all of us. And I don't understand the notion once you're past your prime that you feel you should still be making top dollar. I don't think that's right." He's completely correct. You're being paid based off of the valuation that the team is deciding, and they're trying to decide more than anything else how much money you're worth based off of how much money you're going to make the franchise. If the team is winning games, it's going to be higher. It's like, remember what I was saying some minutes ago, where I was talking about NBA team revenues? The Golden State Warriors are highest in revenue of any team in the NBA at $800 million in revenue a year. Now, that hasn't been true throughout the entire history of the league. The Warriors are far from being the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA for the last 30 years. They're just the most recognizable dynasty in the last 10 years because they were incredibly dominant during that time. And up until this last offseason when Clay left, they still had that same squad. They were just older. So, you can understand that. But, if Steph Curry's past his prime, but they think that he can still make them that kind of revenue because he can, then they'll keep paying him that kind of money. But they didn't think that was true with Clay. Because they're like, look, what we need is to keep winning. And you're not the guy who makes us win, Curry is. So we'll pay Curry, but we're not going to pay you what you're looking for. So he left and signed with the Mavs. You understand it. It's unfortunate, but they're making that business decision. So any team that's thinking about signing Jimmy to an extension, including Miami, how this whole thing started, you said, look, you're asking for a lot more than we think you're worth. And based off of how it's been going, every team in the league agrees with that. So basically, Jimmy's having a midlife crisis, and he's crashing out in front of the entire planet over it. Yeah, and I mean, Kenny, trying to be always the enlightened centrist, even he was against Jimmy. He's like, I don't like the way that he's going about things. Because if his feeling is that I'm an elite player, I deserve this money, I deserve this contract extension, pay me, if you don't want that, move me, that's fine, say that. Don't do what you've been doing. But instead he's been sabotaging trades, so is it even really about the money at that point? What is this about if he's just throwing a temper tantrum and... They offered him what he wanted, and he's still not doing anything over it.
So one more pig I get. Rhino. Probably tried to throw a fucking grenade at him.
Happy you're back.
Why does it keep happening?
So I guess the villain in this game is voiced by Troy Baker. I did not initially pick up on that, but That's pretty cool.
The following is an announcement from the Ministry of Communication. Radio towers in Kirat are the sole property of Pagan Min. Tampering with these towers is a serious offense. If you witness anyone attempting to scale a radio tower, you should notify your nearest Royal Army representative immediately. May Pagan's light.
Thank you, white man, for inventing the computer, freedom of speech, Western law.
Yeah, I told you that was an amazing skit, and huge balls to put that on television.
I guess when you do something like that, you know what's probably going to happen.
Ah.
I don't know. I stopped paying attention for a minute and my boulder disappeared. Oh shit, it's a honey badger! Oh shit.
The following is an announcement from the Ministry of Homeland Protection. This message is directed to the Golden Path. Why must you continue this useless struggle? All you have to do Announcement from the Ministry of Communications. Radio towers in Iraq are the sole property of Pagan Mills. Tampering with these towers is
I wonder when Sam Hyde will get his Shane Gillis moment where he just takes off into popularity. Or is he too obscure to do that?
I don't think he's obscure at all. In terms of, like, mainstream, to an extent, yeah. But, like, people who are online, of course it's not everybody. But at this point, it's basically anybody who's plugged into the culture. You know?
But, I mean, Shane Gillis is in Budweiser commercials now.
Yeah, to that extent, I don't know.
Dude, I just got killed by bees. That's embarrassing, man. I just got killed by a bunch of fucking hornets.
Nice. Be fair, just like in real life, hornets are no joke.
I'm sure.
Oops.
You know what? Go ahead and kill me, actually. Yeah. All these little piranhas. demon fish skin. I have to come up with demon fish. Not excited about that.
Well, you know, it could be worse. It could be a thick, fragrant demon bush.
By the way, did you know that I'm 1/8 Hovi Indian? I don't give a fuck about that.
Was a miss.
What did you just put in your pocket?
Yeah. Because it looked interesting. No, really, it looked interesting. What was it?
You're in a country ruled over by a crazed king who thinks you're his son. So you have to try to slowly take over the island and eventually kill the person who thinks that he's your father. He might be, he might not be. Doesn't really matter because he's insane. That's about all there is to say about that, Hoop Grace. Okay, how do I get up? Get up. Okay, how do I get up here? Wait a minute. I just had an idea. No! Damn it. Needed to, like, turn around so I get off on the other side. But here we go. I'm about to make myself retarded.
So, Elizabeth Warren is desperately trying to form a Senate committee to start investigating Tesla. And it's all like you couldn't make it any more obvious that these are just political persecutions and attempts at punishing people for having the audacity to oppose you politically.
Very hard to pull this off when you're in the minority.
And exactly. It's all like, that's what I was just about to say. And I'm all like, but the problem is you lost, so you're not going to get your committee, and in fact, the only thing that you're going to do is signal how desperate you are to the opposition, in which case they know to step on the gas even harder, and they will show you no mercy.
Also, I saw a lot of people getting really pissed off about the South Africa stuff, where he's ending, what do you call it? In South Africa.
Yeah, he's cutting the
white farmers.
Right, he's cutting the aid that he's giving them. because of what they're doing over there.
A lot of people very mad about it.
Yeah, what's even funnier are various Groiper types who are like, Trump's so full of shit. He's not even saying that it's about a genocide against white people. And it's like, you stupid, fantastically retarded motherfucker. He is literally doing everything that you wanted, with the sole exception of saying the word white. When he talks about it to the media, what fucking more do you want from him? Jesus Christ. These people are addicted to losing. Also, check this out. This is a really nice change of pace right here.
That's good. Like it.
Ajay, hello.
I don't understand why people are still trying to pretend like Elon bought the election for Trump. Trump spent like a fifth as much as Kamala did. I don't understand this.
It's just something to say to make themselves feel better.
Right.
Stop, don't! This isn't happening! Just breathe. Quiet. Be quiet.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
What the hell?
I just want to go home. What are you doing?
Not like this.
Today just isn't my Mother, George.
Please, don't hurt me.
Why do you think I'm gonna hurt you? I'm here to rescue you, dumbass.
This isn't happening.
Ah.
Oh, son of a bitch. I gotta restart my computer. Be right back.
Oh, good. Okay.
Help me! Help!
Huh? Nahi.
Oh, there's body armor in this game. Cool. Ah. Yeah, see? See, Santi? Them Blazers are gonna make the play-in. Chauncey's saving his job. They're a little too good, and Chauncey wants to keep that job. Oh, shit. Okay. Wow, we found a demon fish already. Not looking forward to finding 3 more of those, but...
Amira, I got the intel.
Okay, Ajay. Now go to the other camp and see what you can do.
Alright, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. We are back. Next is restarting his computer, by the way. That's why he's currently not here. Find him.
Amita, I got the intel.
Okay, Ajay. Now go to the other camp and see what you can do.
Someone is shooting me. Oh my god, that is a big fucking... Damn it.
Where did that shot come from? I'm going to vivisect you!
How many are there?
My blade has a fatal kiss for you!
Oh, shit. I didn't realize you were there.
Amita, everyone's dead here.
Damn. Those were good soldiers that died. Tell me they didn't die in vain. Tell me you found the intel.
It's a map of a temple or something.
Okay, Ajay. This could be important. I'll check it out. And thank you. Thank you for following my lead.
Oh!
I heard about that. I don't know very much about the series, though, Santi. I don't know the first game at all. I don't know how it plays. I don't know what it is. Wild boar. I need boars. Go boar. Oh. That doesn't sound bad.
Hello? What can I help you?
I hope this helped you on your journey. Anything else?
Okay, wild boars.
Namaste. Hey, I'd like to talk to you. Thank you. That was close.
Not a scratch on me.
Are you okay? Do you need a medic?
Okay, there we go.
So what happened?
Took like what, half an hour?
Close.
I had a glitch in Fallout 4 that blacked out my screen, and no amount of trying to Alt-Tab or close the process or to do anything else made it go away, so I had to just restart my computer.
Well, I guess you need to report that bug to Todd Howard so he can fix it, right? Like, we're the beta testers for that game. That's how that works.
Yeah, Fallout 4 came out 10 years ago and they're still beta testing the fucking thing. You're exactly correct, Joker. That's not even a joke or an exaggeration. That is actually the goddamn truth. Oh, man.
As if Todd Howard literally said we don't need to beta test our games because our player base just tells us about the bugs after we release it.
Yes, he did say that. I'm hoping that I can fix it if I play in windowed mode, because then that kind of thing wouldn't happen. But
So I was reading about this. Okay, go ahead. Finish the thought.
I was going to say, still highly annoying.
I was reading about it last night. Apparently, at one point, they were planning to remake Planet of the Apes with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the lead role.
Wow.
And James Cameron was going to direct it at one point.
Oh, man.
But then he made the most successful movie of all time and lost interest.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Ajay, my friend, I hope you're well.
Jesus. To waste time while I was waiting, I'm watching a playthrough of this guy's Super Punch-Out, beaten without dodging, ducking, or moving in any way, just only offense. No blocking, no dodging, no ducking.
So basically, boxing like Rocky Balboa.
Yes. And he doesn't get knocked down for the first time until like halfway through the game, which is impressive.
Oh, these aren't wild boars. Is that a boar?
What the hell was that?
I want to go home.
Here we go. The homosexual.
Namaste.
My friends, they took them. I don't know why. They're forcing them to work, I think. Please, save them.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy to think about? He's only been president for 2 weeks right now.
Yes.
This was week 2.
I thought for sure I was
Yes.
finished. I am in your debt.
Well, we ended up getting very little snow. And just enough to affect us today. Seems like we're done now. Yeah, we got very little.
Possible to get any work done with convoy attacks every day. What the?
Oh, by the way,
This is all I have.
I went to the Me Side subreddit to see if there was any news about the game.
Okay.
And there wasn't. So then I checked the top posts of all time to see what people were talking about with the game. Literally, the top 3 pages is all just porn of the game.
I can only give you this.
And this isn't on a fetish subreddit or anything. This is on the official game subreddit. And I was like, oh my god.
Please have this. As thanks.
Ajay, I heard you helped save hostages in the area.
Thank you.
The only people playing this are Coomers.
But there are more people to save.
Well, when I posted my review of the game on my YouTube channel, someone was like, dude, what the hell is this? Keep your fetishes somewhere else. Like, dude, you're an asshole.
Did he have the same reaction to the Masato coaching interview video?
If he had seen it, he probably would have.
What a maroon.
Dr. Cooper, I think it's time for you to leave.
No.
Take cover! Eagle!
Big country. Do you remember the website, Aristides.com?
No.
It was like maybe 20 years ago. It was one of the most well-known websites on the internet. If you were in the right groups. It was basically a massive hentai repository. You could go there, search for any character, and it would just give you page after page after page of random hentai.
Good Lord.
Called Aristides.com. It was like the diet version of Rotten.com if you were ever on there.
Good Lord.
In some ways, maybe even more terrifying.
Yes. Bukele announcing today that El Salvador is going to offer the United States the chance to outsource their prison system. He's all like, we got plenty of space in our prisons. Send them here and pay us for it. We're willing to take in only convicted criminals, including convicted U.S. citizens. Bro. Into our mega prison in exchange for a fee. The fee would be relatively low for the United States, but significant for us, making our entire prison system sustainable. Not only that, but it's a one-time fee. The United States spends outrageous amounts of money for the constant maintenance and upkeep of prisoners. If they just say, you know what, we're going to send our super criminals over to El Salvador, here you go, and then they just pay them to fuck off once. What's even better is, including U.S. citizens. Bro, now you've got two options. You can either go to Gitmo, or you can go to El Salvador.
What would be worse?
That is the question.
Like, if you were put in that situation, what would you choose?
Probably Gitmo, because Cuba's nicer. But at the same time, like, you're never going to get out, so...
Well, you might get out when somebody else becomes president. Right?
Oh man, we're so far back. Look at how back we are right now. Courtesy of Norm Cruise X, the GOAT. Oh man, Chuck Schumer said today, if Doge can shut down U.S. aid, next it might be the IRS or even the intelligence agencies.
They still don't get
Holy
it, do they?
We're so back. Unfathomably back. You may even get tired of winning. Oh man, it's getting even crazier. The EU is proposing an overhaul of the entire migration system to allow for mass deportations. EU plans to let states deport failed asylum seekers and criminals. And overhauled the 1951 Refugee Convention, which is seen in member governments as not fit for modern purpose, would be biggest policy shift in decades. Recently, there has been an adverse development. Member state society's ability to host large numbers of migrants is increasingly being put to the test, especially in situations where some migrants do not seek to integrate into the host society, but instead form separate communities in which norms and rules that deviate from European values may be cultivated. Holy shit, we are so back. There's that Sam Hyde clip. The white man is back, baby!
The West is saved.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Zion played today. Is that his first game of the season?
It would be. No, not of the season. Because remember, at the end of last season, he flamed out with like a hamstring tear.
Mm-hmm.
And they were worried about playing him too much early on because of that. So they brought him back like a couple weeks into the season, and it took him like 2 games before he...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's played 13 games this season. His last 5... I'm assuming that today's game hasn't been updated yet if he did play. Let me see here. Pelican, oh Pelican. Yep, there he is. So he played today, so his last 6 games were today. Then the 29th, the 27th, the 25th, the 17th, and the 14th. He's been on low minutes. Looked like slop today, too. Goddamn. Yeah, I love how the Mavericks didn't sign Luka to the Supermax, and they traded him for the worst trade in professional sports history.
Yeah.
And their reasoning for that is because they were worried about his conditioning. You already know the Pelicans are going to sign Zion to the Supermax. Oh my god.
It would be very funny if Luka just chunks out and gets to, like, Shaq weight, basically. Out of depression from getting traded, and he's like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
That would be so amazing.
I'm rooting for it pretty hard.
I'd be hard all the time.
Brothers and sisters, we are being attacked by the Royal Army. We fought hard to capture this outpost. Now we must fight to keep it. Send help.
Go!
It's hilarious seeing Democrats screeching over Elon. They're like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. How does Elon have so much power to be able to... It's like, he was granted the power by the president.
Yeah.
Like, the president has the authority to fire anybody that he wants. But what he did is he just decided to create a brand new agency specifically to fire anybody that he wants to represent him because he can't focus on all of that by himself. And Democrats are trying to argue that Trump doesn't have the authority to do this and Elon doesn't have the authority to be the head of that agency, but Bush created the Department of Homeland Security as a response to 9/11 without congressional approval, so... Yeah, they're just screeching because they're all like, Elon was never an appointee confirmed by the Senate.
And there's this whole line they keep using that's like, no one elected Elon Musk. It's like, Trump really didn't make it a secret that he was going to be a big part of his administration.
He literally campaigned it. Elon literally went to rallies with him.
Yeah.
And he was on stage, and Trump was talking about, he's all like, if elected, I promise to create a new federal department that Elon will head that will cut the extraordinary waste in bureaucracy in Washington. He literally campaigned on that. People voted for this. Deal with it. But I mean, they're doing an incredible job, which just goes to show you that, like, we have won bigly because they're losing all their money, you know? They're going after the NGOs. They're going after the fucking fraud nepotism network. It's all going away.
I love the idea of like half a dozen Zoomer kids with the broccoli hair inside the Department of the Treasury going over everything while hopped up on Adderall.
Yeah. The deficit's gonna be straight bustin', dog. Oh my god.
People are freaking the fuck out though. Like old people are gonna be like, "Well, my Social Security." You know it's coming. They're gonna lose their fucking minds.
It's gonna be so based.
Why couldn't we have just privatized the fucking thing 25 years ago, like Bush wanted to?
Because of 9/11.
Basically.
Because I remember learning about this in history class, because obviously I was way too young to be paying attention to it at the time. But the history class, he was still fucking president when I was going through that class. But I was talking about it, and it's like, yeah, 9/11 was crazy, because like you guys may not remember. But during that election, you know, most of Bush's campaign against Gore was talking about how he wanted to change Social Security. And that probably would have been the focus of his administration if it hadn't been for the fact that literally... Because, I mean, like, he's inaugurated January of 2001. 8 months later is 9/11.
Like that nest egg would be so much bigger right now if it got privatized.
Absolutely.
Imagine if they bought Bitcoin with it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that one. But I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, you know.
Right.
And that's why I love, you know, the Groypers and the Democrats trying to spread this weird-ass fucking narrative of Trump buyer's remorse. Where they're like, look at how slow he's going. It's like, are you kidding me? This is the fastest anything's gotten done ever. Literally everything everyone voted for has already been accomplished. Everything else is just icing on the cake.
including
Well, yeah, Big Country, getting rid of Social Security is a bad idea. But it does need to be changed because birth rates are down and lifespan is up. So it's not sustainable right now. There does need to be a slight alteration made, or else it will run out of money.
Cater to the crown by the
Yes.
appointment of King of Kriat, His Royal Highness Pagan Min. But you may call me Mr. Chiffon. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You work for men.
I used to. The king and I had a falling out. He tried to kill me, and now I'm in hiding. But that's ancient history. Let's talk about the future. Kriat Fashion Week is coming up, and I believe we can help each other out. You need accessories, and I need a model. I would like to make you the centerpiece of my new collection. I call it Combat Couture.
And you want me to wear this stuff?
These? These are just experiments. No, only the finest raiments for the prodigal son. I spent years studying national garment design at the top Parisian academy. A garment must be useful before it's elegant. Form must follow function. Thumbs up.
You know what really sucks about Starfield
vacuum
flopping
cleaner.
as hard as it did?
I will send you to
Oh,
gathering
okay,
some
go ahead.
materials.
I was going to say a vacuum cleaner.
First,
No, Starfield being as big of a disappointment as it was, kind of like justifies to Todd why he couldn't spend a ton of time and money making Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 5 or anything like that.
the design and locations.
Because he's going to justify it by being like, well, we put a lot of money into Starfield and, you know, we didn't get the return on that investment. And it's like, you know what, man?
Together.
He tried to do something new and it was lazy. But if you seriously sit there and think
Well, don't just stand there.
that people wouldn't buy Elder Scrolls 6, you're an idiot.
Return when you have.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. I didn't vote for the FBI, the ATF, the CIA, PBS, NPR, FDA, WHO, UN, IRS, Federal Reserve. And the list goes on and on. No one voted for Fauci, but he still destroyed everyone's lives anyway on the entire planet, to the point where he needed to get preemptively pardoned before Trump took office, otherwise he'd be in Gitmo as we speak. I didn't vote for him. Shit still happening anyway, so it's time to cry.
Hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? Got a boyfriend, I bet he doesn't kiss ya. That leopard looks like it's eating the ass out of that wild boar.
Ah.
The worst part about the stories the city is saying is that they're all true.
Mr. Chiffon, I found a design. Is this some kind of armored fanny pack?
I'm thrilled you like it. Actually, it's a rare demon fish.
I've got a feeling Scales are going to make a major comeback this year. In fact, I'm so sure of it, I've hired one of the local fishermen to watch a particular spot on the river to make sure nobody else takes your prize. You can thank me later.
Thanks. I guess.
You're welcome. He should have everything you need for your fishing trip. A boat, an icebox full of Shangri lager, and all the high explosive your little heart could desire. Be fierce, Ajay.
Oh no. I'm looking at the concept arts and early drafts of Evangelion. Asuka with short hair.
Oh, okay.
Short, light brown hair. This is... Oh god. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Have you also seen the thing where Shinji is literally just the protagonist from Anno's previous work, Nadia? With slightly different hair. And also, Nadia is a female, so Shinji's literally a femboy.
Oh god. That's terrible.
He literally just went, yeah, let's just take my female protagonist from my last work and just change the hair slightly.
It's a bold strategy. I just saw a tweet where illegal aliens protesting ICE deportations, deciding to quote-unquote act like an American to make fun of the people who support ICE. So they're mad they don't get free shit anymore. So they decided, I'm gonna do an impression of a fentanyl zombie holding up a sign that says anything helps.
Okay.
And I'm all like, why do you think anyone's going to support you if you do that kind of shit? Because what's actually going to happen is that people are going to call ICE to come get you immediately. Should all be destroyed.
Latinos got to be on their best behavior right now. You look at somebody wrong, they'll call ICE on you.
Exactly.
Stop the Planet of the Apes. I want to get off. Oh shit. Yeah, basically, JS, he's like a mad king who thinks I'm his son or something. Yeah, it is Troy Baker, Big Country. It is. There we go. Oh god, a giant-ass elephant. I wonder if I can even kill this thing if I wanted to. I know you can ride them. Let me... Yeah! Alright, why would I kill it when I can ride it? Let's go, baby. I remember riding elephants was like a big mechanic in Far Cry 2. Alexa, who is President of the United States?
The U.S. President is Donald Trump. All-timer.
One thing to physically rescue people from the City of Pain, but their minds. Mentally,
Fighting! Let's go! Go! Go, go, go! Wipe out the rebels!
Eagle! Watch your head!
You plan on playing Primal? Isn't Primal the sequel to 5? I might play it, yeah. We'll see. Oh, okay. You don't get this. New Dawn had bad reviews. Yeah, Snacks really ended up not liking 5 very much, so we never played the expansion. I might play it on my own one day. I'm obviously not a big
5 had a lot of promise, but I just really didn't like the direction they were going. And as far as the gameplay goes, it just didn't feel fun.
Well, just for the sake of argument, let me ask, has there been a Far Cry game that you liked playing? I don't know if you played the previous ones or not.
Loved 1 and 2, never got to 3. Watched 4, and I thought it was nice. The story, at least.
Yeah, 1's interesting. It doesn't play like any of the other Far Cry games at all. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, usually when they do, the first in a series that they end up doing, it's so much different to everything else. Like, for me, a great example there is the Crysis. Because the first half of the original Crysis game, you're a super soldier using highly advanced new technology that was developed specifically so that you could infiltrate into North Korea, kick their asses, and then, perform Black Ops missions for the U.S. government. And then halfway through, the aliens invade the Earth. And the entire rest of the franchise is about fighting the alien invasion.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on there. But it's pretty spicy. I really hope they kept my save file. If they didn't, I'm going to be very sad. Oh, perfect.
Think Barry Stanton's in jail? Probably not. Hope he's okay, though, wherever he is.
Well, the last time he'd been heard from, on Twitter at least, was on Christmas. He made a new account and he got banned pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm alright, guys. If he got arrested, they would have announced it, because that would be in the regime's eyes a huge win.
Mm-hmm.
What happened here? These men
Pull over. This is the place. Namaste.
I just heard that someone's on a mission to secure the outpost. Pace yourself, Ajay. You've got a long way to go to even the scales.
I like the Assassin's Creed franchise, but I don't know if I agree with that, Big Country. I think that there's more going on, and there's a more robust gameplay to Far Cry than Assassin's Creed. For me personally.
What did you say?
There are probably 5 Assassin's Creed games better than the best Far Cry game. And I like Assassin's Creed, but I don't think I'd say that.
That was insane!
You must be blessed.
Oh. Oh. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me for tonight. I got stuff to do.
Already.